Hi, welcome to my Smart Notebook tutorial. With this tutorial, I'm going to give you the basics that you can use to create your 5E lesson plan for your students using Smart Notebook. I highly suggest you open up a notebook page and practice some of these skills as we're going through. If you notice, watch my arrow down in this bottom corner, you can shrink your notebook page and put the video and your notebook page up so you can do things simultaneously. You can also pause the recording at any time, practice some skills, and then go back to the tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and open my page back up here, and you will see this is the basic page you're presented when you open up Smart Notebook, a nice blank canvas. The first thing I like to do is add my background. To do that, I go over to my formatting right over here, the fourth button, and you will see there are lots of different choices for my background. I can have a solid fill, one solid color, a gradient fill, which allows a range of colors going, a pattern fill, which gives you lots of different patterns to choose from, or you can upload your own image. I highly suggest you go basic when you're doing your background. Remember, this is the background. You don't want to distract your students from the information they're trying to learn. I'm going to pick this nice yellow color and go back to my main page. I always like to go back to this page so that I can see exactly the way it's looking and shaping up on the page. Go ahead, take a minute, add a background to your page. Pause if you need to. The next thing I'm going to add is text. We're going to be using text within our pages. Down here at the bottom is where I find my tool for adding my text. It's this A with the red line. If I click on that button and click up on my screen, you'll see a text box opens up. I'm going to go ahead and type properties of matter on my page right here. This is a basic font that comes up. You can make changes to the font, to the size, to the orientation that you are using. You will see down here at the bottom there are some font choices for you to use. I like to go back to this formatting palette because it's all right here on the side for me. I'm going to go ahead, select my properties of matter. Let's change it to a nice orange color. I'm going to change my font. Don't like Comic Sans, let's go to Century. And I can change my size and make it a little bit bigger. I can do that all within this palette right here. I always, though, go back to my main page to see how it fits within the page. You'll see it's not quite centered. While I am here on this page, it's very important. I want to make a few more changes to show you. Right now, do you notice I still have my text tool out here on my screen? This is something I always mistake when I start using Notebook. If I click on this, all I'm going to get is another box. I have to go back down here to the pointer, select my pointer, and then I can go back up to my properties of matter here. Within this, I can rotate it and turn it around how I would like it to be. I kind of want it angled. And I can do some enlarging right here on its own to fit the page the way that I would like it to be. I can also come right over here and have some choices with this arrow. When I click on this arrow, you can see I can clone, which makes an exact replica. I could cut, paste it to another page. I can check my spelling, which can be helpful for me. And the one I really like right here is this lock in place. If I'm going to have my students interacting with this on the board, I don't want them to move these words. By clicking on lock in place, you will see I can no longer move it around. I think that's really helpful if your students are interacting with it. Go ahead, take a minute, add some text to your page. Pause if you need to. The next thing we'll do is add objects. One of the best things about Smart Notebook to me is their gallery. Right over here on the side, this second button, you will see that there is a gallery of information already there for you that you can use. Oh, it's thinking. You will see there is 5,000 pictures. There are interactive and multimedias. notebook files and pages already created for you, and some backgrounds and themes. Let's say I'm going to go ahead and do oops, gotta delete this. I'm going to do magnets. Let's go ahead and see what comes up. It will search our gallery and you will see there are 5 folders, 42 pictures, 2 interactive multimedia, and some notebook files. I just want to add a picture, so I'm going to click this arrow down and you will see that a bunch of pictures show up. We've got numbers, we've got letters. There should be some magnets within here, you would think. Let's see, I'm wondering if it's because oh, right here. I've got a magnet right there that I would like. Let's go down, and I'm going to select this magnet right here. I click on it. I can drag it right over here on my page. Just like I did with my text, I can enlarge or shrink my magnet right here. I can also twist it and turn it around to fit the way I would like. I don't really like that there because I can never get it back straight exactly the way I want, and it drives me nuts. So there is another option if I want to flip. I'm going to try to get it back straight. There we go. This arrow again gives me choices, just like my text. I can clone, cut, copy, paste. This infinite cloner is something you might use with a picture. If you're going to have your students add multiple magnets to the page as part of your activity, this infinite cloner allows you to have as many magnets as you want without you having to create them. We have the lock again. Here that flip, if I want to make it go upside down, it does that 180 degrees for me. And then again there is the lock. This link is also a nice way if you want to have your students watch a YouTube video or have another page to go to, you can make a picture your link so that when they click on it, it sends you somewhere else. It can also add sounds as well. The last thing that you can do is go back to this formatting palette over here, and you can, ignore the text for my husband there. You can go ahead and add animations. Right here, this object animation, you can see I can make it fade in and fade out. I really like the spinning one. Again, I hesitate. Oops, spinning one didn't quite go the way. There we go. It's fading in, out, and spinning. The thing to be very careful with is not doing too much of this. You don't want it to distract from your students. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to pick this shrink and grow. This one I think is kind of fun. Okay? And I do it when the object is clicked. I'm going to go back to my fill effects here and show you another thing. You can change the transparency. I don't know, there we go. The transparency of your object. You can make it on its own lighter or darker. So I've picked my animation, I've picked my fill effects. I go back here to my main page to see how it looks. I click on this and I watch it grow. Oh, when it grows over my words, and I don't like that. But now if I click on it again, it shrinks. Now the animation is working. How do I change that whole object now? If you click outside of it and make yourself a box, you will see that now it's selected. I can go back to my animation and change it, move it, or get rid of it however I want. Why don't you take a few minutes, add an object or two, maybe an animation, and go from there. Great. The last thing you may want to add are some shapes or lines. And to add those, we're going to go down back here to the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and select a shape. You will see once I select that shape tool, some choices will come up right over here. I can make circles, squares, triangles, half ovals. The other shapes I can do are these with straight lines. 10, 12 shape. Let's say I want to add an octagon. When I select my octagon, it's very important to notice, look at how it makes it. It's one of those that it makes it within a range. I often find that that's harder for me than just being able to draw it. So I select it, but I want to move it. Again, I have to go back down to my pointer. If I don't go back down to my pointer, I start another one. Easy to fix that though. Just go up to the edit at the top and undo your shape and it will go away. I'm going to go ahead and select on my pointer and now I can move it around to where I want it to be. Excuse me, my computer is going a little bit slow. I think it's the recording. I selected on it. There we go. And now I can move it around and move it down here. It's thinking. Sorry about this. Click on it. Pointer. Down here at the bottom, you will see there are some other tools that you can use. These pens are fun if you want to add lines. You see I can add different colored lines and also different textured lines as you are going along within your page. Why don't you go ahead, take a minute, add a shape, add a line, and experiment with those things. The last thing I want to show you are down here. Now I'm done with my first page. It's exactly the way I want it to be. I need to add some more pages. Down here at the bottom, you will see there's a plus page sign. I click on that, and another page is made. I click again, I can make another page. Oops, I only wanted 2 pages. I can delete a page right here as well, and it will go away. Next to that is a very, very important tool, your save. If you haven't saved, make sure you are saving constantly. You don't want to lose the work that you have made. Once I have made, let's say I'm going to go back to my 3 pages, I've decided I don't like the order they're in. I can always click on this and I can move it down to change my order so that the order of my pages are the way that I liked. The last thing here is if you click on this button right next to it, you can see you can go to full screen or a smaller screen that allows you to see exactly what your students will be seeing. Thank you. I hope this was very helpful for you. If you have any additional questions, please let me know. I have also added some additional tutorials and some pages that you can use as resources if you want to add more to your Smart Notebook page. Enjoy doing your lesson. See you later.